What up, what up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jay and we are locked in. This is the recap of episode 1 of Harlem season 3, which is the last season of this trilogy that they didn't drop. Now, we are back in the city and the ladies are taking over, so bear with me because it's going to be a little bit of lady talk, so we're going to have to try to figure this out, fellas, but the show is interesting. And we have the 4 ladies back, Camille, Ty, Angie, and Quinn. With these 4 friends, you know we're going to win. I guess that's how the theme song goes or something like that. I was thinking more of the lines of Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. We just needed one more person. But anyway, we know that they all have their problems. Camille with being at Columbia, Dr. Pruitt, and of course her ex Ian. We also have Quinn, her and her fashion boutique. She's actually trying to get that thing back going because we found out that she was supposed to be set up with Mike, and Mike ended up being with who? That's right, Angie. And we also know that Ty has got her app up and running off the ground, and she's looking to make big things happen. Now, before we jump into this and break it down, if you like Harlem, if you like these kind of breakdowns that I do, then hit your subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Make sure you hit that like button. But let's go ahead and jump into it. Episode 1 recap of Harlem, season 3. Starting the episode off, we see Ian pulling up to Camille's house to return everything that she had left at his spot. Now, these two, they broken up, but they're on good terms. And now she doesn't even hesitate. She goes in straight for the kiss, and she's talking about we can be exes with sexes, or sexes as exes, or exes with sexes. I don't know how you want to put it. It's just old friends with benefits, and they get to kissing, and one thing leads to another, sexes with exes. Now, this sexes with exes thing comes with no strings attached. So they getting it in. Whenever she texts, he pulls up. Whenever he texts, she pulls up. It's a give and take. But as I mentioned, there's no strings attached. And one night they get over here. She's talking about, man, you done did what you did to me. I'm hungry. He said, yeah, that's usually what happens. But he checks his smartwatch and he figures out, wait a minute, I've been here a little bit too long. And he's about to get up and dip out. Now, remember, there's no strings attached. So she's like, who are you going to see? He says, some people. We aren't telling each other what we got going on in our personal life, but you can tell she's kind of curious if he's meeting up with some women or not. But he says, I got to go. 2 months have passed, and the text messages between them two are starting to get drier than the Sahara Desert. Ian, Camille said, you want to come over? He said, can't tonight. She said, you around? He said, pretty busy, actually. She said, I'm at home. Come meet me. He said, sorry, I just saw this. So pretty much whoever he's been kicking it with, he's been kicking it with him and making extra points. Field goal is good. 2 arms up, touchdown. He ain't responding back. He ain't coming over here. He got something new. But she ends up sending him a picture, a risque picture. But then Dr. Pruitt calls and tells her to get her butt on over here. Quinn got the boutique up and jumping. She has some new clients. She had to fire Angie. Sometimes business is like that. But she does have a new client by the name of Lala. And Lala's like, girl, you got me looking good. I'm like, yeah, Lala is looking good. Quinn, you looking good too. So Quinn's doing her thing. But Lala's realizing you ain't really got much going on. How about you come over to this leftovers party? Now, at first, I was thinking leftovers as food leftovers because, you know, we ain't rich or nothing. We don't have leftover parties. We have leftovers the next day to eat. But she's basically saying, pull up. We have some exclusive people coming through and bring a couple of girls with you. So Quinn said, I got a few, and we know who those are. Camille heads over to Columbia to talk to Dr. Pruitt. And we know how Dr. Pruitt was. When we first seen her, she wasn't playing around with her. You need to be on time. You need to be professional. No jokey, no handshakes, no hugs. But after last season, she seen that Camille was really putting a lot of effort into this, and she decided to go ahead and keep Camille here at Columbia. Now, Camille had already made the decision that she was going to part ways, but once she hears this, she's like, dang, I really appreciate that. And since I'm writing my book and I'm going into the freelance lane, I want you to write my foreword for me. Basically, that's somebody else that isn't the author that writes in the beginning of the book about why you should read this book. The name that she gave the book was terrible, and Miss Pruitt, or should I say Dr. Pruitt, she ain't with it, but she respects the book. Ty successfully launched her dating app, and now she's meeting with an investor by the name of Eva. Now, Eva's like, man, girl, you did your thing with that app. Everybody's doing their thing this season. It's a new beginning. But she's basically saying, hey, we got a couple of people. We want to put some investment into your dating app because it's innovative and it's different. And plus, Eve is saying that she knows how the community is and she's influenced by this and she wants to get this out to everyone. Now, through this conversation, we can see that she's flirting a little bit with Ty, but we know that Ty is staying in the house. She ain't wilding out. She ain't that player no more like she was in season 1 and season 2. But Eva says, listen, come out and get drinks with us. It'll be at our company, you know what I'm saying, just downstairs. Nothing too serious, but show up. Now, Ty, she's hesitant because she's trying to stay away from the ladies. We're getting everyone's story and we see Angie in bed with Mike. Now remember, Mike was supposed to be set up with Quinn, but it didn't happen. Him and Angie, they've been hitting it off. And at the end of season 2, we ended up seeing him propose. So right now, he's thinking about what's the next step. But we hear her talking about, I really don't know if I want to get married that fast. I want to enjoy our engagement. Plus, where we're getting married at ain't that nice. Now, he said this is a duplex in the Waldorf. I'm like, okay, that sounds pretty damn expensive. She wants bigger and better. Long story short, she just doesn't want to get married right now. But Mike is thinking about a family and putting his best foot forward. The ladies meet up at this new spot in Harlem, and it looks like a cool little chill spot. You go in there, get you some beer, some fries, maybe some chicken tenders, maybe a vegan burger, depending on who you are. But they're all talking about what's going on. Of course, Camille is talking about Ian not responding back, but they're saying it's just sex, so why does it matter? And she's like, that's all I could think about. Then we find out that reason that Ty is trying to stay in the house, even though she wants to go meet up with Eva, is because, remember, she broke up with her ex because she was messing with the mom and the daughter. Some wild stuff goes on in Harlem. And then Quinn is Quinn. She's going to do what Quinn got to do. But they're all just talking and having a good old time. While the ladies are sitting there talking about what's going on in their life, in comes Ian. Now remember, it's been 2 months and Ian hasn't replied back to Camille. So you hear Ty talking about, oh, there go your ex thing right there. Camille talking about Ian over here, Ian. But he don't hear her or he don't see her because he's at the bar and an old fling, or should I say an old friend that he grew up with, Portia, shows up. Now everyone's like, oh, he's with somebody, and they get to kissing. But Camille was trying to say, nah, they knew each other. They grew up, they just friends. And then she sees them kissing. And now she's hurt. She's about to send a text message she doesn't want to send. It's ladies' night at leftovers night. They pull up to the spot and the ladies look right. Now they here and it's time to get this thing cracking. Angie and Quinn are the first ones we see, and they go at it a little bit talking about Mike. And Angie talking about, you almost effed him one day, but I won and showed the ring. But Quinn is just saying, it's been a while since we seen you, and ever since y'all been together, you abandoned the crew. Sometimes it be like that, man. The gang, the squad, we gotta link back up. Camille comes over. She's talking about the bodega that they got upstairs and her getting water. Yeah, you know what's going on. But Ian ends up texting her, and the two ladies, they go off. Angie and Quinn walk through the house. You know how Angie get. Angie used to be wild, but she's engaged now, and there's nothing wrong with looking. But once they get into the main room, Lala shows up, and she introduces this baseball player by the name of Seth to Quinn. These two, they get to talking. She ain't talked to a guy in a while. Seth, smooth talking, clean cut individual. He talking about winning her over, and she talking about, oh, you want to win, huh? And he's like, yeah, if you let me. What's your sign? She said Cancer. He said, oh, I like that. I like that. Now, y'all know me. I don't know too much about them zodiac signs. I'm a Leo. So, I'm going to lie and say, hey, oh, Cancer and Leo, they perfect together. But they walk off. It looks like Seth is winning. Camille goes off to hear this voice message that Ian left for her. And basically, he's saying, tell your friends to calm their ass down. I ain't got to wave at you. I didn't see you. And we ain't together. I don't have to explain nothing to you. And this was the rules in the beginning. But Camille, we know how she gets. She got attached to Ian. We know she ruined the wedding. Now here we are again. She's still around. But she's about to send a message back. Mother effer, you seen me? You said you didn't see me, but you seen me? You gonna send me a voice message? You don't respond? She doesn't know what she really wants to do. And I'm looking at Camille like, just breathe, baby. Just breathe. But she do look good if that is a plus. Ty was laying in the bed all night, tossing and turning. It was only 8 o'clock. We all been there before. It's early. I said I was going to stay in, but let me just go grab a drink because she's supposed to meet up with Eva. Now, when she gets there, they see each other. Hey, what's going on? It's kind of that awkward hug because you can tell that Eva and Ty, they both attracted to each other, but this is supposed to be business. But Eva's like, hey, did they call you? Because pretty much she's telling Ty, hey, you got picked up. We're going to make an investment into you. So she's like, oh, that's crazy. So they sit down, they talk about business. What the hell with that? Drinks, bartender. And then they start talking about each other. But Ty opens up and says that she is a red flag. She be toxic. It's really about her. And when she gets in relationships, it could be messy. Now, Eva, her response was beautiful. She said she liked messy. Just don't get messy. Because she likes dirty. I said, oh, Lord. Instead of sending that message, Camille actually pulls up to Ian's house, banging on the door. Boom, 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 boom. They in New York. I don't know how New York is, but these brownstones, they look nice, and I don't think you bang on these doors. Well, guess who answers the door? Portia does. She's like, oh, hey, what's going on? Is everything all right, Camille? She said, yeah, everything's good. We should hang out. Where's Ian? She's like, he's inside. His phone is on. So Ian comes outside, and they have this one-on-one. And now Camille is tripping, talking about 2 months, really? He's like, man, when you know you want something, when you love someone, you just don't, you move. Sometimes you move quickly. So she's upset that he moved on and didn't give her an explanation. So she blocks his phone number and she walks off. And he's cool. He got his hands in his pocket like, it is what it is. I got Portia on the inside. Last night at the leftover party, we were talking about winning. Guess what? We woke up in the morning and we were winning. We are winning. No more touchdowns, straight home runs. But when they get up, Quinn is already getting dressed. Seth gets a phone call and it turns out his suit is not at the hotel. He's going to the ESPYs tonight. Now, we don't know how this hookup culture is, but he's upset like, damn, I need this suit for the ESPYs. She says, well, you know, I'm a designer. Call over to this store and ask for Jessica. And then get the suit, bring it to me, and I'll alter it specifically for you, and you'll be ready to go tonight. He's like, oh, thank you. How could I ever repay you? Well, they start with a little kiss, and we got to get ready for the ESPYs. The ladies show up to the club, and it's time to get their drink on. Quinn, she just became a personal stylist to Seth, the baseball player. Ty, she got the funding for her new app. Camille, she said bye to Columbia and bye to Ian. Sounds like a refreshing day. And then here comes our girl Angie. Now she's a little bit late because her and Mike were looking for new venues, but everything is going according to plan. Cheers to the good life. The only problem is after they do this cheers, Camille, she falls over and throws up. Camille threw up, so all the girls, they rushed her to the hospital, give her some water, get some fluids in her, took her straight to the hospital. Now they're all sitting here holding hands because they don't know what's wrong with her. The doctor says, okay, let's calm down, ladies. Everything is all right. Everyone's like, whew, you're gonna be fine. You and the baby. Camille is pregnant, and there's only one finger that we can point towards one person, and we're all thinking it's Ian. Damn. Way to start off the season, Camille. All right, there you go, to recap for episode 1 of Harlem season 3. Let me know what you think about the season so far. It seems like everyone, they're on a straight path. They're following their careers and they're leveling up, except for Camille. She took a step away from Columbia. She's about to be a freelance writer, and now she's knocked up by Ian. Fellas, if we were Ian, this is a tricky situation to be in. Your ex that you ain't talked to in a couple of months, definitely got to verify if it's yours. You ain't talked to her in a couple of months. She's pregnant, and now you with your new woman. Oh, man. Oh, you know it's going to be nothing but drama. But let me know what you think. If you like this kind of content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Tune in for tomorrow for episode 2 of Harlem season 3. I'm Mo.J. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.